Hey guys, what's up? My name is Megan. Today we're going to be doing a purchase or pass with some of the newer releases. There is an item that I'm actually planning to pick up. There are a few others that I'm interested in and a few others that I'm like, what the truck? So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing today, just sharing my thoughts on some new releases. If that sounds fun to you, be sure to stay tuned. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell just so that you are notified of all my future uploads. And of course, if you like this video, if you like me, if you like makeup, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first release we have is from Nomad Cosmetics, and I don't own anything from Nomad, but I've heard a lot of really great things about their eyeshadow palettes. They're on my wish list to try. This is the Haunted Europe palette, and I honestly think that this is really well done. I won't be picking up anything because it's just not like screaming to my color preferences. But I think that it's done really well in terms of it does have that like haunted, creepy, old vibe kind of feel, as well as I feel like the color story is just really like cohesive, and it does give me the vibe that the theme is going for. I think it was really well done and well put together. I also really love the stamping within the shadows. I think that that's really pretty and on theme again. Overall, bless you, Tito. Overall, I think that they knocked this out of the park. They did a really nice job. One of my friends over on IG actually got in PR, so I'm really excited to see the looks that she creates with it. She's so creative, and who knows, then maybe it'll make it to my wish list. We'll see. But overall, yeah, well done to Nomad. Okay, so I'm really sorry if this video is like kind of jumpy and all over the place. Life is just very like overwhelming right now, to be honest, in a lot of different ways. So I'm just like, I'm all over the place. There's a lot going on in my house, so I apologize if it's a bit jumpy. But the next release I want to get into is from ABH, and this is, let me see here, the Primrose Palette. I'm actually kind of into this. I mean, I'm usually not the one that's like, oh yeah, I want this and this along with my eyeshadow palette, but I honestly think the color story of the eyeshadow palette is really pretty, so that's what's drawing me in. I don't think that I'm gonna like pick it up right off the bat at all. I might wait for some reviews, maybe go and see it in store if I'm able to. But I think that this color story is really beautiful. Don't get me wrong, it's not like unique or groundbreaking, but I am a sucker for nudes. I really am. So this to me is really pretty. It also looks like maybe it's like super small. I don't know why I'm like kind of getting that vibe. But I think that the like shades in the palette that they're including, it looks like they're like part of like a face product or something. Sorry, my nose is so itchy. But I'm kind of like interested as to what, I mean, like that grapefruit shade I would probably use to like set the eye or something. And then Saddle could maybe light hand be a blush, but they're kind of like odd shades to have that big. So actually, I don't really know. I think I definitely would have to see it in person to get like a better idea of what's actually going on, because now that I'm like looking at it and thinking about it, I'm kind of like confused like what's happening. So yeah, I don't really know. The next one is with Revolution. They are collabing with the Corpse Bride. I won't be getting this, but I actually think that this collaboration is pretty well done. The packaging and everything is super like pretty, on point, on brand. I considered getting the mirror. Like that's something that I'm kind of like have an eye out for, but I don't really use a lot of like handheld mirrors, you know, so it's just something that would kind of be like laying around. But overall, I think they did a really nice job. The palette with the moth on it, I think is really beautiful. That one actually caught my eye for a second. but I wouldn't really use a lot of these color stories. If I purchased something, it would mostly be just like for the packaging, and I kind of try not to do that because I did that last year with a Nightmare Before Christmas collab, and I have yet to use that highlighter because, yeah, it just, you know. So I won't be picking it up, but I think that they did actually a really nice job, honestly. The next one is from ColourPop. You guys, what is happening to ColourPop? I actually used to really enjoy ColourPop, and now they're like a joke, in my opinion. I don't really enjoy them. Everything seems so redundant. And this like collaboration in particular, I feel like had the potential to be really incredible, and they just continue to like keep missing the mark. In my opinion, this doesn't give me like Halloween Sanderson sister vibes. There's actually a really funny comparison going around right now that like this was actually taken straight from their newest release with the jewel tones, which was taken from So Jaded. So they're like duping themselves and making a mini of the dupe. Like, so this is nothing like original or organic from their line. It's all just recycled. And so yeah, it doesn't really scream to me. The only thing that I really thought was pretty cute was like the mirror and then the candle. I thought that was funny. That could be a cute piece to like have as like decor, but I probably wouldn't burn. But that was the only thing I was really looking at. And to be honest, if all I'm wanting to purchase is the candle from ColourPop, like I'm not going to, just because their shipping is literally so sketchy that I don't want to risk it. But if it came to Ulta, I would consider it. But overall, ColourPop is just so disappointing anymore. I mean, they don't do it for me. They don't catch my attention. Like, am I the only one that feels this way? I'm just like exhausted by, you know, oh, they released something last week. Well, that's 2 collections ago. You know what I mean? Like, if that's their marketing and that works, that's fine. But like as a consumer, I'm personally not into that. And I really feel like they missed an opportunity with this collection. The next one is the Pat McGrath Holiday. So I'm not really into the palette, the big one. And if you guys wonder what I'm looking at my MacBook because I film on my iPhone. But anyways, I'm really just not feeling the palette at all. Mostly because, well, for one, I hate the way that the shadows are like spread around and how there's that gap in the middle. Like, I just don't like that. It just, I don't know, rubs me the wrong way for some reason. And the color story doesn't really make me feel like, you know, I have to have it. And with my latest experience with my Midnight Sun palette, I don't really feel inspired by Pat McGrath. I don't really feel like, oh yeah, I want to try it. Like, I love it, blah, 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 because I've tried 2 of her palettes and I have not been impressed by either. So I'm really just not even interested, to be honest. So that kind of goes the same for like with the quads too. I think the color stories of the quads are really beautiful. But again, I'm not about her eyeshadow, you guys. I just have a lot more superior formulas for a much lower price point, so I'm not really into it. The one thing I will say, I was really interested in that blush and highlight trio on the bottom there. I think that looks so gorgeous, and I have my eye on it. We'll see. I feel like the price is probably going to be ridiculous, so I won't get it. But that was the only thing that really like captured my attention, and the only thing that I would like potentially purchase from this release. But knowing Pat McGrath, I'm sure it's going to be like $100 and some for the 2 blushes and a highlighter. Like, there's no way it wouldn't be, because I mean, her highlighter is like $50 and then the blushes are $40, so I can't see it being under $100, which is just ridiculous. Like, it's just luxury makeup. I think it's a scam, but if you enjoy the way that it makes you feel, then I support you, but I just cannot with it. So yeah, I think it's really pretty, but I probably won't pick it up just because the price point is gonna be insanity. The next launch that I'm actually like really excited about is from Danessa Myricks. They're the Infinite Chrome Flames. You guys, these look so stinking beautiful, and the looks that she like created with them are absolutely gorgeous. I really have my eye on Starburst, which is that pretty pink. I think that would be so fun. Laser Beam is gorgeous, and Hot Lava looks like, they look so good. I didn't pick them up during the pre-sale, but that's mostly because I'm really curious and skeptical as to the wear time. I don't mind that it looks textured on the lid. I actually think that that's really beautiful. It's something that drew me to it was the texture, but I'm really concerned that it's gonna be like a 2 or maybe a 3-hour wear time product. So like, I would never wear them unless it was solely for a look that I was gonna film and take off, which feels like a waste. But my friend Steph picked up a couple, so I'm really excited for her review. I'll leave her handle here, so when she gets it, if you guys want to follow along and check that out, you can as well. But I'm really excited for her to try them out and review them and like share her thoughts, because if she loves them, I'm getting them because they look beautiful. They're calling my name. They're all the things. I was really just worried about the wear time. So if they have good wear time, then you already know I'm picking some up. They are stunning. The last one we're going to talk about today, which is like, it's so interesting because I'm not usually the person that's like into collections or Disney. Like, I love Disney stuff, but not like, you know how some people are like, oh, it's a Disney, so I'm just buying it because you're like a collector or whatever. I'm not that person. But I've never tried anything from Sigma either. That's the other thing. But look at this palette, this Cinderella palette from Sigma. Like, I cannot. I think it is so freaking stunning. One, I love the packaging. Two, I can honestly say that that color story is unique to my collection, which is saying something because I have a shit ton of palettes. So I feel like the color story is really unique. I also just love the little prints on the shadows. I really just think this is so cute. And I feel like so many people have tried to do like Disney collabs and they just don't do it well. There are ones that I would have like loved because I love the theme, but like it's just not executed well. And I really feel like Sigma executed this really well. And it's really beautiful, and I'm buying it. Like, I'm on a no buy, but I'm buying it. I even contemplated purchasing the whole collection. The brushes are something that I don't really think I would use though. But the blushes, the blush and highlighter duo, and then the lippy duo, it's like a cream lip and then a gloss, I think is so pretty as well. So I'm contemplating on getting those two also, but I'm definitely getting this palette, you guys. I just think it is literally, it's stunning, it's unique, it's literally, as soon as I saw the sneak peek, I was like, what is that? Like, it was freaking took my breath away. So I think that Sigma did a really nice job. Just the whole theme is like so well done. And I know I keep saying that, but I feel like so often we have these themes and they're like half-ass executed. Like, you know, the new ColourPop launch right now, it's going on half-assed. Like, oh, we'll just throw some colors on a palette and call it a day. That kind of thing. So I'm really just like impressed with how they did, and they did the full mile. And I'm really excited to get this. Like, I'm so pumped. I just think it is so dang gorgeous. Like, really excited. But yeah, that is the last one that I have. I'll stop rambling now because all I'm doing is just staring at how beautiful this palette is. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be picking any of these up or what your thoughts are on these new releases. I'm really interested to like hear what you have to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up so I know that you want to see more of these. And yeah, I hope that you're having a great week. We are almost to Friday. Yes. Thank goodness. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one.